Hello everybody, Mike Levitt. Monday, September 12th, 2016, around 9:10 or so a.m. On my way into the office here at Penn Station right now. I was listening to Kristen Schaal, the actress and voice talent behind Gravity Falls Mabel and Bob's Burgers Louise over the weekend with Addie, because she's a fan of both those shows, and it's always a kick to see the live actress. And I saw her in a interview on one of the talk shows, and she was talking about moving to LA from New York and expressing an opinion that I found fascinating, in that how everybody says New York is the best city in the world, and it is, but how everybody is living with their guard on and their shields up, and there's always this tension. And when you move out to LA, you can just drop your guard and be yourself and relax. I might be paraphrasing a bit, but basically that a lot of energy just goes into pure existence, living in New York, higher than in other places. And I do feel that, and the payback is that it's, of course, the best city and the best probably job market in the world, so I'm not going anywhere. But it was fascinating to hear someone like that say that, in addition to it just being fascinating seeing her and hearing her talk after being a fan of her work for I want to say so many years, but I guess it hasn't been so many years. I only just really became aware of who she was, and how much both Addie and me like her characters over the past year or so. We discovered Gravity Falls and the Puerto Rico trip about a year ago, and not quite a year ago, but wow, time really flies, doesn't it? So, what did I want to really talk about today? Today I'm talking about going in on a Monday morning. Got to bang out my weekly report of what's going on. And there is a project I was laboring over for a couple of weeks that was essentially a refactoring and expanding of past work. And that's sometimes more challenging than doing new work fresh from scratch. There's always a great feeling about thinking a project through fresh, how to do it correct at the outset, perhaps to leave enough flexibility in the project for refactoring. And so this week I get to look at a few of those new projects now, and that's going to be a big relief. And I'm venturing into the world of SERP monitoring again, or at least sampling the search engine result pages for various investigations. It's a pretty common thing to do, and this is right on the tail of some big news from Google taking away search volumes in the AdWords keyword planner user interface, at least without doing second or third degree budget investigations. So you have to really sort of commit yourself down the workflow of activating, or at least sincerely intending to activate campaigns in order to get more accurate keyword search volumes anymore. It's going to be really interesting to see what the third parties do who've been scraping that keyword volume. And thinking about these things more myself shows me that the impression data that is available through Search Console, previously Webmaster Tools, has become all the more valuable because it's essentially that sort of passive sitting there and listening sort of data collection, although it's all on the Google side until you do the API calls to get it. But it's at least analogous to the way it used to be with web log files, where you used to be able to just sit with a tracking pixel type system, collecting the referrer data. Got it. Collecting the referrer data from all search hits. And of course, Google did the not provided move a few years back and took away all that keyword data, gave it back in the form of Search Console, but nonetheless, all the old, spam cannon tools that used to be based on seeing what keywords were leading to your site so that it could make tiny optimizations to create these positive feedback cycles of self-optimizing sites. All that machinery broke, and I think, Google is saying that it's in order to stop all the bots coming in and scraping the volume. So it's pretty much the same motivation on this. So the next round of this sort of shutting down the data flow that these tools rely upon is taking away taking away semi-accurate keywords monthly search volume numbers that could give you what appeared to be within the accuracy of a few thousand search hits per month. But now the ranges are, 10,000 to 100,000. So that whole thing, a 30,000 is no different from a 90,000 under this picture. So when you're researching the keyword space around your industry or product or business, you can't really evaluate the value of different keywords within that space without that search volume. Of course, Google isn't the only game in town for those search volumes, but it is the best source because, of course, they, direct the lion's share of search traffic that's out there. And other people who sort of sit on the different internet trunks used to have some ability to sort of do deep packet inspection and report on the search volumes of different keywords until secure search, right along with not provided, those techniques stopped working. So resellers of that style of data have to find alternatives too. That was like ComScore and Hitwise, I believe, did the deep packet inspection technique. And now statistical samples from like these opt-in panels and search bars and extensions that you install to be part of like ComScore becomes all the more valuable. And that data is never that great in the first place, I believe. But at least it's, I guess, enough of a sample to do some sort of forecasting on. But I'll be focusing, of course, on SEO Notebook, the tool that I'm working, the latest rendition of one of my systems, I guess previously Pipulate. Pipulate now lives under SEO Notebook. And hitting things like Google Analytics and Search Console is all the more important because I'll be sort of backing out of your own data to sort of reproduce a picture of the search volumes that are up for grabs out there in your own keyword space. If you know what position you're in on what keywords, you can sort of use some formulas to figure out how much keywords is available in that overall space, knowing how much of that traffic you're getting from the position you're in. So I'm going to write up a little project that really proposes doing this in a meaningful way. Might be broadly applicable across the entire industry. Get a little bit more people using Jupyter Notebook and Python for SEO, and sort of take the mystery out of hitting the Google APIs, which everyone sort of talks about doing. Oh, I'll hit the Webmaster API, download my Search Console 90-day window data. But more people give it lip service, I think, than really do it. It's a project I did recently, including maxing up to the max number of pages per result it can give you, which is about 5,000, and then stepping through those pages in order to clear out the entire keyword list and to get a list of all, say, 20 or 30,000 keyword URL pairings that are available from any particular site. So I did that recently, and I think I'll probably make sure that's in my GitHub project. And, I guess that'll be sort of my overture to the public with SEO Notebook, bringing it from the development stage that it's in to more of a ready for prime time. Let's make some videos showing people how to use it stage. So that's coming up hopefully this week, and that'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. That starts to culminate a lot of different pieces of work that I've been working on individually. It's becoming what's required at my job, and it's becoming what's hot and really needed in the industry now, with yet another valuable source of SEO data being shut off from Google. And it's just frankly very interesting, the issues being dealt with, the various problems that need to be tackled, like where are you issuing search results from, and where are you storing the data to, and how you're correlating anything that you get from search results with anything you get from hitting Search Console and Google Analytics. So that's this week, and I got it all churning in my mind. I'll write up a pretty good weekly report based around this, and get some excitement levels at the right level to make sure I get nice long blocked out times to slip into the zone and get this work done.
This is mine.
Well, that's it for this morning. I'll be at the office soon, and thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe.